Tim Zdyb with Airbound Trampoline Park. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Tim and I go way back to 2017. Mm-hmm. So I used to work at a marketing agency called Conversion Moxie, which is still around, but the founder owner did pass away, sadly. But I was doing their marketing because they were a client there. And then eventually I wanted to leave marketing and I became the GM at Airbound Trampoline Park. And we've just, ever since then, I've been off and on working marketing and helping out with stuff. And recently, actually now almost a year ago, it's hard to believe it's been that long, but last June, my husband Stephen and I took over managing the park. So we're back there. So you've been stuck with me for all this time. Stephen and I, yeah. Yeah, he did all their maintenance there when I was GM.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an Airbound local
relationship. But
brought together by Airbound.
Exactly. So I know a little bit about your story, but I want to hear from you so our guests can hear. How did you even decide to open a trampoline park? What brought that about?
Well, about 10 years ago, I was looking for a career change. And
what were you doing before?
I was working for doing project management in the corporate world for software installs at hospitals. Gotcha. And was looking to do something else. And so I started looking at different businesses. I looked at restaurants. My family's in the restaurant business, as you know, Suzy. And I grew up working in restaurants. So I looked at a few ideas there. I looked at gyms, and then I found trampoline parks. And at the time, 10 years ago, they were really just getting started in the U.S. There weren't tons and tons of them. And I loved the idea. So I decided to do that. And fortunately, right around the same time, two parks came up for sale, one in Greensboro and one in Winston. They were started by a local family. They were called Airbound. And one thing led to another, and I became the owner of two trampoline parks in the Triad.
There you go.
And the rest is, I mean, it's been a wild ride. But
because it was originally Airbound when you bought it.
Yeah.
And then you were in the Rock and Jump franchise.
Yes.
And then you guys went back to Airbound.
And then we went back to Airbound.
How do you feel about that change?
I'm super happy.
Yeah.
You can see the smile on my face. No, it's great. We've gone back to being 100% local business. And we went back to the original name because people still knew it in the community.
I do. It's crazy. This community is very nostalgic. We like the same stuff.
Sorry.
Parlez-vous français?
Un peu.
Un peu. Okay. So we are a 100% local, founded in Winston-Salem business. In fact, the original trampoline park in the Triad was Airbound, and it opened back in 2012.
Yeah, and it was the only trampoline park for a while in Winston, right?
Yep, that's correct. Yeah. That's correct. And then they opened one in Greensboro, another Airbound. And then since then, a few other trampoline parks have opened.
It seems like Greensboro does have more than Winston.
Greensboro has, it's bigger, and it has, I think, at this point, 4 or 5 trampoline parks.
Gotcha. So what's been your favorite part about owning a trampoline park?
Well, like I said, I grew up working in restaurants in the family business. And I love customer service. I love, walking around and talking to guests on a busy Saturday, finding out about their lives. I love, when I'm checking somebody into the front desk, seeing kids come in and they're literally jumping up and down because they can't wait to get started.
I know, they're so excited. It's definitely a place that brings a lot of happiness.
Absolutely.
That's one of my favorite parts about it.
Yeah. And the other thing I would say is there's not a lot of places where kids and teens and adults can all go and have fun together. And
That's
the trampoline
true.
park is one of those places.
Definitely. So you're originally from New York.
Yes.
So I know you said there was some open here, but what really brought you down here?
Oh, good question. So I have a connection to North Carolina. My I have family living down here. They've been here for years. I've been coming down to North Carolina for the past 30 plus years. And I love Western North Carolina, the Blowing Rock area. I love hiking and all of that. So I had a connection, and when these parks came up for sale, because they were down here, that's why I looked into it, and that's why I came down.
So now that you've been living in Winston for a good bit, what do you love about Winston?
What do I love about Winston? A lot of things, but I would say my favorite things about Winston are the downtown area. I love how vibrant it is, how walkable it is. We have a movie theater, we have a bookstore, we have a lot of great restaurants and bars and shops to go to. And, I miss Fourth on Trade. I don't know if you remember that place when it was there.
Yep.
That was great. But there's a store called Just Be that took it over, and they're pretty terrific too. But I love that part of Winston. I also love UNCSA, the School of the Arts. Like you mentioned, I moved down from New York. They have Broadway caliber productions there. They're outstanding.
They are pretty good,
They do a lot of programming, and I love having that. I think it's a great resource for the Winston-Salem community.
So you're originally from upstate New York, not city, right?
Originally from upstate, and then lived a few places, but I moved here from New York City.
Okay. So what are some comparisons you feel like between, because I feel like there are a lot between Winston and New York.
Comparisons between Winston and New York. Well, I think the first thing I would point to is UNCSA and the types of, classical music, plays, musicals that it brings to the area are terrific. And in fact, I get back up to New York on occasion, and when I'm up there, if I go to see a show, I'm always looking through the playbill to see who graduated from UNCSA, because there's always a lot of graduates from here who end up
cool.
working up there.
Yeah.
And also, obviously a much smaller number of restaurants here than you would get in New York City, but there's a great variety here.
There is. There's a pretty good variety. We've talked about that a few times.
Yeah.
Although there's still things we'd like to see. What are restaurants you'd like, since you've been a place that has so many, what's a restaurant you'd like to see or a type of food you'd like to see here in Winston?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Let me think about that for a second. Let me think about that. I mean, I think the thing about New York is that there's a lot of, if you want Cambodian food, you can find a place. If you want, obviously there's a lot of Thai restaurants here, but just the variety of things you can get there. I guess the one thing I would say is, they have all these great food halls in New York City.
That's what I've mentioned. I love, because there's one in High Point. Have you been to the one in High Point?
I haven't been there, no.
It's smaller, but it's pretty cool, and it's right beside the baseball stadium, so that's cool. I wish we'd have. I think they tried with what was that?
Roar.
Yeah, Roar.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
No, it went away with a whimper.
Yeah, it didn't. But it would be cool to have one.
But something like that, I think, would be great. It also, it's a place that brings a lot of people out. It's a good gathering place.
Could put one beside the trampoline park.
Well, there we go. Maybe in the new, what is the construction or the new area?
The grounds.
Wake the grounds.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
they'll
a lot
have
of
something.
stuff coming there, but
we're excited about that.
But
That's pretty close to the park, so
it will bring in a lot of people, and definitely. So besides working with me, what's the more challenging part of working at Airbound, like owning a trampoline park? What do you find challenging?
What's challenging about it? Let's see. I guess, what do I find challenging about the trampoline park? I probably should have been prepped for this question. I think, part of being an owner that I find challenging is you're on 24/7. So if something happens, like if I try to go on vacation, I'm getting calls, people asking about stuff. And that was, maybe a little bit more than I anticipated when I started this, but it's all good. I think it's a fun business, really. I mean, we do a lot of birthday parties at the park. We do sports team parties. We do a lot of booking a lot of summer groups now. We have summer camps, churches, schools coming in and doing groups with us in the summer. And, there's a lot of fun and exciting things about it. But, like any job, there's work to do. So
yeah, being a business owner in itself is hard, no matter the type of business.
Laws, yes.
So I know you can't share too much, but I know there's some exciting changes happening. Do you want to touch on any of that?
I'll touch on that briefly. We have, we're looking at maybe mid to late summer now. We're going to be putting some new attractions in the park, and it's going to be a pretty major change to the park. The last big attraction we added was our air court, which is
It's very popular.
Yeah, it's very popular, especially among the teens. It's a big bouncy basketball court. But we're going to be rolling some new stuff out, and we can't wait to do it. And as we get closer to the date, right now we're looking at, again, mid to late summer, but we'll start posting stuff on our social media page.
Yep. And
who will do that?
Let's see. Let's see if we can find somebody to do that.
So when this runs in June, we'll be in summer hours and open all day, every day. And people can come in and anytime they want. And you mentioned about the air court being popular with teens, but my 2 toddlers love the air court. It's one of their favorite things because they can just run across it and bounce. And
oh yeah, and we have gymnasts coming to the park, and they love it because it's it's big and open, and they can practice tumbling on it as well.
Yeah, because Airbound doesn't have any of the, I don't know if there's a name for them, but the longer trampolines.
The long trampolines, yeah, we don't have any of those.
Yeah, right. So it definitely is good for gymnasts.
This really takes the place of that.
So for people that haven't been to the park, do you want to talk about the attractions that are there?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, in addition to our, main trampoline court for jumping, we have trampoline dodgeball, we have the air court for basketball, we have a 4-lane climbing wall, and we have a thing called stunt bag / drop zone, where there's a stair is there. People can go up and they can jump and do flips into the stunt bag. And in addition to that, we have some stuff for the younger kids. We have an area on our main court just for ages 6 and under. We have a 2-story climbing house. And then we have an area in the back with some giant Lego blocks and things like that.
Yeah, my girls love that.
The littler kids love that, absolutely. And we do, in the mornings, we do a thing called Tots Time, which is just for ages 6 and under.
That's great.
And then that starts at 9 a.m. And starting in the summer, we're going to be open from 11 a.m. on for all ages.
Yep. And then also we have the ninja course, the inflatable ninja course.
Oh, the inflatable ninja course, of course.
Which
I
is
forgot
really
that.
cool. Yeah, a lot of people I actually haven't even been inside there myself. I don't know if you know
well,
that. I haven't gone in. But
it really is for ages 12 and under.
Well, I know the girls always want to go in there, but I'm like, then I'd have to go with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
I mean, you manage the place. You can do what you want. Within reason.
So you better be careful with that statement. And then we have a lot of arcade games, which is cool because there's not too many places with arcade games, especially for kids in the area. But
yeah, absolutely. And we're looking to get more games in there as well.
And we just brought on a cotton candy machine, which apparently is getting to be popular.
Yes. You can watch your cotton candy being made in front of you inside the machine.
I'll be posting a reel soon about
floss.
Candy floss. You can pick the design you want for it,
cool.
the colors, lots of fun stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So how can people find out about Airbound? And
well, our social media person is, of course, promoting the park. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to find. Come visit us. We're basically on the corner of North Point Boulevard and University. There's in the same complex. There's a post office and Winston-Salem First Church, and then there's us. Yep. We're also, our website airboundpark.com. We have a Facebook page, Instagram. Anything else there?
We have X, but we don't post much because it's kind of going away.
Yeah.
So
all of those things. The other thing I would say is, we like to be involved in the local community. So we have a thing called a street team, and we go to local church fairs and school fairs, and we have a table and a prize wheel that we set up. And we love, being part of those events. We also do fundraisers at the park. We make donations to local nonprofits. So there's a lot of ways to find out about us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing
thanks for
about the
having
park.
me.
All right, well, thank you. This is Twin City Talk. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. The views and opinions portrayed by guests on this podcast are not necessarily those of the distributors and hosting companies. And if you love this podcast, that's great, but don't think about stealing it. Reach out to us and talk about the content because it is copyrighted.